I'm going to call the Monday, September 22nd, 2025 regular meeting of the Jersey Shore Area School District Board of School Directors to order. May I have a roll call, please, Mr. Enders?
Mr. Allen. Present. Kruger. Here. Mr. Calhoun.
Here.
Mr. Edwards.
Here.
Mr. McDonald.
Here.
Mrs. Peters.
Here.
Mr. Thurman.
Here.
Mrs. Thomas.
Here.
Mrs. Semler.
Here.
All 9 members present.
Thank you. Next, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Ulmer.
I'm going to recognize Ms. Johnston to introduce our students.
Oops.
I would like to introduce two fifth-grade students from Jersey Shore Elementary, Thomas Hills and Parker Vanderlyn. So we're going to come over here.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You did a great job.
No.
Next, we're going to have the approval of the minutes. May I have a motion, please?
Second.
Any questions or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion passes. Next, we will to approve the treasurer's report. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or concerns?
I announced at the last meeting, we have stopped doing investments due to the budget impasse. So you'll see $500,000 was matured from August on the report. If you look right below that, you'll see 2 investments matured September. That was $1.25 million. None of those will be reinvested until we have our budget.
Can I ask a question? So if you have to take an investment early, a CD early, what kind of penalty is it? Or is it no more than what the interest or in between there? So
It's in between. I have requested that data. I have the data, but it's all based on shot in time.
Okay.
So as they mature, or as they get closer to maturity, the penalty gets decreased. So I requested it back in August, so I have a rough draft of it, but I'm not comfortable.
Well, someone asked, and I said, I don't think we lose anything more than I don't think it ever digs into the.
Yes, it's a penalty of time of interest. I don't know if it's someone's 3 months.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion passes. Approval of the bills. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Go ahead, Harry.
Any questions or concerns?
I hope he's giving us an explanation. It's a little high.
Yeah, it's not. The biggest thing is your bond payments came out on, they were, September 1st was a Saturday, so they all were booked on the Friday for, so you go on the list of bills, there's $3.33 million for bond payments. September is the largest of the two bond payments we make per year. The other thing was there was a lot of payments in there for the beginning of the year, which is subscriptions, technology subscriptions, which are for the whole year. We had ordered iPads, which the board approved, in our annual insurance bill, which is $227,000. But the biggest thing was bond payments.
That's it. What was? You were like looking.
No, the first was Labor Day, so the bank was closed on that day, so we had to book everything. We had to make everything effective on the Friday before.
Any other questions for Mr. Enders? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Next, we will have communications. Dr. Ulmer.
Nothing under communications this evening.
Okay, under the president's report, we had an executive session prior to tonight's meeting to discuss contracts and personnel. I also wanted to state that we will be pulling off the agenda tonight, letter C, under miscellaneous. Next, we will have board representative reports. Jesse, you want to go first?
Meeting was September 17th, and we just discussed the budget, so I'm just going to yield my time.
All right, thank you. Mrs. Thomas?
Policies, Dr. Ulmer's gonna present 3 tonight that are on there just as a general. And the assignment within the district seems to, we're working fine with it. The surveys, we're working fine. Policy 702.1 probably needs a little more work, so you won't see that as a first reading next time.
All right, thank you for the update. Mr. Brungard?
Yeah, I have a couple things here. First thing is the Salzburg, I think September 15th, Mark Wall, DEP we met with, and I think Nate Holly, we've been having trouble getting a subdivision done up there. So we finally, and then Joe Ham was there, I guess, and I put a little pressure on DEP. They were able to understand what we are actually trying to do up there. And from what I hear, it was a very productive meeting. So I think numbers were given back and forth here, and I think Nate has to contact the gentleman from DEP, and we're going to get basically what we want, which is four lots out of the subdivision. The ground behind the school, above the school, is going to be one subdivision. The school itself, down, I'm not sure how far. The ball field will be the third one, and the lot across the road will be the fourth one. So if things can work together, we're going to hopefully get what we want out of that. We did have a meeting tonight earlier with Site Logic to discuss certain items, and they reported that a couple things here. I think the Avis school is complete. I don't think there's anything up there hanging on. The high school, the dust collector system, I think it's up and running, but I think they have some things that they have to do to finish it up, but it's up and running. Middle school, I think most of the ventilators are complete. They were completed before, but I think they have some cosmetics to do, like a little touch up on the ends and stuff like that to blend them in, whatever. I think the library, the ductwork in the library has been installed, but the unit ventilator on the roof is on its way. It's not here yet. And I believe some of the pumps in the central plant in the basement are not installed because they're not here. So I think I heard the pumps were on their way. Fiber optics are complete. Like I said, there's some trim work to the ventilators, and basically that's it.
Harry, the fiber optics, that's at the middle school only?
That's all
Okay.
that was at the middle school, yes. When they replaced the ceiling tile, they replaced the fiber optics at the same time.
Does the board have any questions for Mr. Brungard? All right, thank you very much. There's no student representative here this evening, so we will move on to the superintendent's report. Dr. Almer.
As Mrs. Thomas pointed out, from the policy committee, there are 3 policies on the agenda. I do know I've got some feedback from 702.1 that we will do some work on that, so it won't be on for first read next time. The other 2 will be unless I get feedback. Those are all 3 policies that the policy committee worked on and we're ready to move forward other than 702.1. That's my report.
Okay, thank you. There is nobody here to sign up for courtesy of the floor. We will go to unfinished business for high school parking. Dr. Almer.
So Mr. Armbruster brought to Mr. Enders and I's attention, we have been for years, and I actually went to Mrs. Thomas to get some background, charging for parking at the high school. We don't have clarity even in our research how we determined where the cost of the parking came from. When I went back to Mrs. Thomas for some background, I think you told me it started at like $3 or $4.
It was to pay for the plaques,
To
or the
pay for
placards.
the hanging tags that we give to the kids for where they park. We are now at $20 from my recent, ever since I've been here. We have no idea how it got from point A to point B. I will tell you that, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Enders, is that does show up in your budget as revenue, and we estimate the revenue. So we did not feel comfortable just changing it without having a conversation with the board. But we do have information, and I saw some of your faces, that we pulled information from other districts to know that $20 is way above what anybody else is paying for parking at their high school. So I'm bringing that up so the board has an understanding of why it's coming up, and opening that up for conversation. I know one of the conversations that I had is I don't really want to have to come back and have a parking conversation with the board every year about what we charge for parking, but I don't also want to change it and not have you understand what changed and why it changed. So does anybody have any burning desire to investigate the cost of parking?
I think the easy thing would be, as I said, of what we did, it was to pay for the placards. So what is the cost of the placards? And you know how many that you give out each year, go from there. I mean, we shouldn't be paying for those placards as the district. That should be part of the responsibility if the kids are gonna drive. And don't give them more than one either.
Hey now, Mary.
No, well, they like say, oh, I have a second car. Well, you'll have to change your placard because we're not giving you so you can give your buddy down the street. Because when we gave the placard out, you got all the information you needed about their car. If that car without, you knew who owned it, you knew they had insurance, and that only protects us if you don't get all that stuff.
You do need a process so that you're sure you have collected the information, the student can drive, they are covered with insurance, and they're in your parking lot, and we have assigned spots so we, safety and security reasons, know who's parking where and all of that. But I don't know how we got from $3 or $4 to $20. It's not on a board agenda, I can't find it, but
I'd say after my time. The only place you might find it could be in the handbooks. I don't know if you ever, but who wants old handbooks?
Well, do we know how much placards are now, or not?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
Well, they're not $20, I can tell you. Especially the amount you buy.
What happens to the funds that you collect?
They go into the
No.
general fund. So
Okay.
there's a miscellaneous revenue line item.
Right.
That's where it's.
Parking spots
I would say in the 200 range because or more than that, because we pretty much have any senior who wants a spot plus juniors that are left over, and that's usually where it runs out. At this point, although I did talk, I think it was last fall, don't get shocked. Last fall, I presented this data to the staff. Only about nationally 50% of kids drive in high school. So we have significantly less used student spots than we have in the past. We're not as low as the national average, but we have a number of kids who are juniors and seniors who don't drive to school.
Well, that's unusual, because they're usually working
Yeah,
or something and then.
it's odd to us because that was not how it was when we were in school, but
Oh, yeah, everybody drove.
that
drive,
is
you drove.
not normal now. Anybody else have any thoughts? Would you, oh, go ahead, I see you.
I was just gonna say that I'm in favor of lowering the cost, depending on what they are now, as far to buy the placards. But is there any, like, in the general fund, does that money go towards, like, painting the lines on the pavement, or does that do anything for the parking area?
Well, I mean, my rule is revenue and expenditure.
I
So
get-
the
yeah.
revenue's sitting up here, expenditures for the salt, the plow, the parking lot, to do anything in our parking lot sitting there. So, in a $46 million budget, to draw a line and say, well, that's gonna help fund this. Not gonna fund the whole.
Right, but I was just curious as if it went towards something like that, or,
It's not earmarked to go
Okay.
directly,
all right,
it's straight general revenue.
okay.
I'm okay if you and Dr. Armbruster handle this.
That's what I was gonna say.
And from what I heard, are you comfortable with us like, we could change that, what I told Mr. Armbruster is, it's gonna be a 26-27 conversation, because I think it needs to go in the student handbook, and then it can be memorialized in the student handbook as this is what it is, this is what we're going to do, and we'll plan accordingly. Anybody aversive to that path? Okay, thank you.
Were the kids complaining, or did we?
Yes, again,
Okay.
I actually heard it from Mr. Armbruster, and then last week when I met with seniors, I heard it again.
So they've been doing that for the last 4 or 5, you said since you've been
They've
here?
doing it, that's been what
Wow.
it's been since before I was here.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ulmer. Okay, next we will have personnel, items to approve, A through J, with letter E being a roll call vote. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
First, we will vote on items A through D and F through J. Then we'll take the roll call on E. So all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. And then letter E. Mr. Enders, whenever you're ready, please.
Brown,
No.
Beauregard,
No.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Edwards,
No.
McDonald,
No.
Mrs. Peters,
No.
Furman,
No.
Thomas,
No.
Emily,
No.
Bills, one.
this is beyond, I should have asked this before. The dated November the 20, that's been adjusted with her school district at Blair Dincher. It says effective November 24th. So we know she's coming then?
She could, because that's the 60-day
Oh,
mark.
you're just, so, but she
and
could be
which-
here early,
That's
okay.
why we use the language or upon release. If they release her before then, we will inform HR, but what her and I talked about is they will probably hold her, and November 24th is the 60 day.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, under curriculum and instruction, items to approve, A and B. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any questions or concerns?
I would just like to say about letter B, I appreciate the United States tour thing, but I would like the board to again visit the international visits as well. With the more information that we had received from the presentations, and the way that they do their security and things like that, I just feel like maybe in the future, I would just like to see us revisit that.
Noted.
Question, if something happens that they cannot go, are the students refunded?
Go ahead. I believe we had that situation a couple years ago with one of Mrs. Bressler's trips to South America, and I believe they had options, and one of them was to go like the very next summer. They could carry their money over to a new trip. I believe that. Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you remember?
It depends on the reason.
Well,
Trip insurance.
the world's just crazy right now. Who knows what, you know, you might have a few volcanoes out there, earthquakes or whatever.
Yeah, if the trip as a whole gets canceled, it would just be postponed until it was an appropriate time to go.
Thank you.
Any other questions or concerns? Okay, hearing none.
Just one,
yeah.
I do believe, if I remember correctly, when that happened, I think the location of the trip changed, and they came back to the board for reapproval of a different location. And so those students that couldn't go the first time were able to go, but we changed the location because of the country. The country got shut down to US travelers, and they came back and got you to approve a different location. So that also should be information you have, that is that's an option.
Actually, I'm more concerned with A than B, but I was just wanting to know if there was
Anyone else? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. There is nothing under building and grounds, under finance, items to approve, letter A. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
I'll second.
Any questions or concerns? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Under miscellaneous, we had pulled letter C, so items to approve, A and B, and D and E. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or concerns?
Just on letter D for the volleyball, which I'm totally for, but the understanding moving forward that the boosters would cover expenses. That's just where I'm at right now. Just a thought.
This one is you're only permitting them to practice using
Right.
district equipment. They would have to come back to you for approval to do anything else.
Thank you for that.
Is there enough time, I mean, like, what kind of time do they have before the winters come in and they can't even use the gym anymore? My concern, are we starting this too late and should do it next year, but I'm just asking, just throwing it out
You
there.
have between now and probably.
Usually it's the first, like, week
first
in
of
November, that then they come, which isn't a long time. So on that premise, I don't know that we can make any complete decisions just after this season. We're gonna have to do it more than 1 year. That's just an opinion.
Can you clarify what letter A is?
Letter A is a program through AmeriCorps. This is actually a renewal. We did this before. This is a federally funded program where senior citizens can sign up to, they call them volunteers or service positions. It is not district money, it's federal money through AmeriCorps that those people would then be assigned here if they accepted a position at Jersey Shore. They would work in classrooms with students. Essentially, it would be an additional support through us. We've had AmeriCorps positions, not senior AmeriCorps positions. We have a separate agreement for what they would call an AmeriCorps position, not a foster grandparent. Very similar setup, somewhat different in how they operate because these are seniors. The non-senior version could also qualify for a tuition voucher if they complete their service time. That usually is not offered to the foster grandparents for various reasons, but we've not had anyone, they presented this, I think, 3 years ago. We've not had any foster grandparents, even though we've advertised it. We have had the normal AmeriCorps positions, though.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. There is nobody here for courtesy of the floor, so we are going to adjourn the meeting where we are going to have an executive session after the meeting, but no further business will be conducted. We're going to discuss personnel.